Hi, everyone. Bill Renchler in the 1011 Now streaming studio. It is Wednesday. That means it's Crime Stoppers Day. Happy to have Captain Aaron Pembleton with UNLPD in the house with us. Captain Pembleton, it's been a month since we talked. We've got a lot to talk about here. But the first thing I want to ask you is, how was the second hottest October day ever for you guys in the stadium? The hottest Husker home game, I think. The Husker Athletic Department said hottest kickoff temperature since 1985.
Right. It was warm, but the fans were pretty good. They were prepared. I think there was enough information sent out prior to of like, hey, it's going to be hot. So go ahead and take care, bring water, make sure you're hydrating with the proper hydration, and then come enjoy the game. So, I mean, we were busy with some heat-related calls and that kind of stuff, but all in all, it was a pretty successful day. Good.
Our meteorologist, Carmelo Latuca, he did crunch the numbers. Hottest ever Husker home game in October.
Yeah.
I mean, the all-time record is 98, and we're at 97.
Yeah, right.
So all he really had to do was go check the date that it was 98 and see if there was a Husker home game.
Right, yeah.
And so that's the air temperature at the airport.
Yep.
In the stands.
In the stadium, yeah.
It's much warmer.
Yeah, we had some reports that they took their little lasers out on the field, and I think the field was 117. So that's pretty up there.
If I would have quizzed you at the beginning of the year and said, Captain Pembleton, which game is going to be hotter this year? August 31st, the home opener, or October 1st?
Oh, all my money on the first one. Yeah.
A lot of people would have lost a lot of money,
Yes,
and the very few people who would have bet on October would have won a lot of money. Yeah. I was being a little bit facetious here as we started. We actually, there's not a whole lot for us to talk about this week. And we were saying before we got on, that's a good thing, because that means campus is pretty quiet.
Pretty quiet. Nothing too crazy that we're doing down there, just a little bit here and there. But I think all the students are in their groove of, they're here for a reason, trying to get that diploma at the end of their 4 years. And so it's not been too bad on campus. So,
that's good.
Yeah.
But the one thing, and we've talked about this, we've talked about it with Captain Baker as well, one thing that you guys really deal a lot with is bike thefts.
Yep.
So that's what we're going to talk about today. And again, these may seem like small potatoes, but like we've talked about on here, this is primary mode of transportation for a lot of kids down on campus.
A lot of them are using those to get. I mean, campus is a big place, and so if you're living, someplace near or on campus, but need to get to the other side of campus pretty quickly, sometimes your bike's kind of your livelihood of trying to get there on time to make sure that you can get to what you need to. So yeah, it's a detriment to somebody, right? So we want to try to make sure that we're doing our due diligence to solve all the crimes on campus.
And I'm assuming. And again, this is me assuming. I've assumed lately, and it's not worked out well for me. But I'm assuming you guys would rather be tracking down stuff like this than some of the nastier stuff.
Yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely. We'll spend a lot of time on these if we don't have to do with something that's more nefarious or more detrimental to somebody, right?
So this first one, this goes back to, actually, it was late July that it occurred, but we got some good shots of the individual here responsible, but we just need to put a name to a face here.
Yep. Yeah, came onto campus, was wearing a flat brim green hat. It's a kind of a unique logo on the front, was riding in on a bike, shirtless. And so, again, July, so it's probably hot. But it, again, gives you some unique characteristics. It has some longer hair, a mustache, does have some unique characteristics on the bike that he was riding. It had a bag on it that was multicolored, and a lot of people, once you strap something to it, they kind of leave that. We're creatures of habit, as we mentioned before. So if you notice somebody that's kind of you've seen with this same mantra or has a bike like this, if you can give us a call, we would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, and it sounds like he didn't. Again, we've talked about this before, but he didn't necessarily take the bike.
No, he apparently maybe had some low tires on his own bike, so he took the tires off the other bike. So 2 tires, he took both of them and then rode off. And so, it could be one thing that he has a frame someplace that he's looking for these. And it goes back to kind of what we talked about before is the proper locking up of your bike. If you lock the lock through the tire and the frame to the bike rack, it makes it harder for someone to destabilize your bike by taking the tire off. The back one's a little bit harder, even if it is quick release, because you got to get the chain off and there's different things. And so a lot of times they won't spend the time for it, but this person did. Apparently maybe they were the right size or something specific that he was looking for, but did do that. A couple other characteristics about him: he does have a vape hanging on his lanyard or on a lanyard that they noticed.
There it is, right there.
So again, there's just little tidbits that you can add up about a person's profile. If you wear, you know, flat brim hat, you know, rides a specific bike, has a lanyard, different things like that. So if you know a neighbor, someone in your neighborhood, they're like, I've seen this before. You know, use the Crime Stoppers app, go to the website, you can call us directly, and that way we can get, hopefully put a name with this face and get someone's bike back or get the tires back, or at least, you know, let the victim know that we're able to, you know, bring this to a conclusion.
And you just sort of mentioned it here, so I'll put it up on the screen, but these are kind of the ways that folks can get in touch with you. Again, that anonymous tip, 475-3600. Leave a tip on online at LincolnCrimeStoppers.com. And then there's the numbers to call and text UNLPD. Would you say, you know, because, you know, it's sometimes it's hard because there are a lot of bikes, people riding their bikes across campus, but would you tell anyone, if you see someone taking the bikes off of a tire, or taking tires off of the bike.
Yeah.
There we go. To maybe shoot you guys a text
call
or
something, because that seems to be suspicious. Now, people sometimes do have flat tires, but there would be other clues of, like, do they have other materials with them that they looks like they're going to fix their tire? Is there another inner tube? Is there a pump? Is there something else that's there? What time of day is it? If it's, you know, midnight or a different. This one happened to be in the day when this one happened, but again, that I would say that's very few and far between when there's like the actual daylight stuff. A lot of times these happen in the wee hours of the night, and so that's what we would be, you know, that adds some to the suspiciousness of it.
And I know a lot of people are probably, they don't want to cause a stir, they don't want to make a stink, and so being able to text you guys, just be like, hey, someone taking tires off of a bike, here's where it is.
Yep.
Just letting you know.
And we're open 24 hours a day, so we're always there. So it's not like you're going to wake us up and, you know, we're going to answer the phone all groggy and be like, hello.
Not too late.
Right, yeah, it's not too late for us. We're always there. So if you see something, you know, that's what we're there for, especially on campus. If you see something that just looks awry, call us and let us come out. And it's always easier us to show up and be like, hey, can we help you with that bike tire? And they're like, oh, it's flat, I'm changing it. There's no harm, no foul, right? We're like, okay, hey, maybe they need help with it or not. And we
say at the very worst, you guys help fix the
right,
tire.
Yeah, exactly, right? We come out, we help them. Maybe they just need some light. We have flashlights. It'd be neat. And then, or it could be the other way where they're actually going to try to steal it, and then we show up and we can stop the issue from happening right then and there.
There you go. All right, so then second case is also a bike theft.
Yep.
And this one, let's see. Pull up my tab here. This one was more recent. This was earlier this month.
Yeah, just
over near 19th and Vine.
Yep, and we'll probably see more and more of this because this individual came onto campus and actually stole an e-bike.
Okay.
So it was one of the electric bikes with batteries. They're becoming more and more popular on campus. Again, adds to the value that gets taken from somebody when you start talking about, you know, it seems like it's just a bike theft, but now it's an e-bike, so the price tags on those are a little bit more. And so now somebody is missing one of those. So yeah, came onto campus. Took the bike, again, not the wee hours of the morning, but after 10 o'clock, came onto campus, kind of some unique characteristics, had a backpack, was wearing 2 different colored socks. That's a very big trend in like elementary school. I don't think that, apparently my kids are very big into two different colored socks.
Oh, wow. We're not there yet in my house.
No.
Not there yet.
It's a big thing. So had one black sock, one white sock for this individual. But yeah, came onto campus, rode the bike off, northbound out of campus, kind of near the Bob Devaney Center. So again, has some distinct beard, if you, not really distinct, but a big beard that not everybody can grow. Some of us are lucky and can, some of us aren't. So, but again, if you live north of campus or in this area and have seen someone that matches this description, again, some khaki shorts, black T-shirt, carrying the backpack, rode in on a bike, but then obviously didn't necessarily care about this one because it got left there, and then they rode off on the e-bike.
Yeah, he upgraded in his eyes.
Yeah, I would think so, yeah.
So if you know anyone who maybe has a new e-bike.
Right, yeah. Where'd you get that one from?
Yeah, where'd you get that one?
I went shopping on campus.
And again, if you think your buddy, this might be your buddy, and you could stay anonymous through Crime Stoppers.
Yep.
And then you can get some change in your pocket.
There you go. Yep. If you do it through the app or the website, is the way
right.
to get the reward through that. So, if you've seen this person in your neighborhood and you're like, hey, and maybe you're not 100% sure, but at least if you provide us with some info, we can vet it out. We can come and talk to see if there's something that we can either attach them to the crime or clear them. And there's like, nope, this is not the person. We've done that several times too, where they're like, I think it's Bill. and then we go and
It wasn't me.
We go talk to Bill, or we get enough info to say no, it wasn't Bill, and then we can move on. But at least we've went down that path, and we're able to clear that lead if it needs to be.
I would imagine it only takes one or two questions to kind of really be like, ooh, okay, this probably is not the person that we're looking for.
It doesn't take too much. Yep.
So again, have it up here on screen. But again, the ways to reach out to Captain Pembleton, again, UNLPD, Crime Stoppers, ton of good ways. And again, I think we've mentioned this before, but those are just good numbers, either the call number or the text number, just to have in your phone.
Right.
Just have it in there, and hopefully you never have to use it. But then again, like we said, if you see something, say something, give you guys a call, give you guys a text. Yep. So pretty easy peasy this week.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Anything else on top of mind? Maybe
if you want to pay attention to the Crime Stoppers, we have a couple more that aren't up yet, but they'll be live to the wire here soon. Of a couple incidents we've had on campus involving a unique truck is in one of them that drove by and possibly did a drive-by Orbeez, those splat guns that are out there. So we had something that happened on campus in the last week or so. So we've submitted. It's not up on Crime Stoppers yet, but pay attention. And if you see it pop up and you know the truck or the individual that drives this truck, again, it's kind of a unique truck. So you'll pay attention, keep your eyes peeled, and hopefully you can provide us some information.
Yeah, Jared always says about 50% clearance rate on crimestoppers.com.
Yep,
so
it's good. We've cleared several since July. I think we've handled several, and it's all because of the people out there listening and paying attention, and so we appreciate it.
Yeah. Half the battle is just getting the word out.
Absolutely.
Just getting the eyeballs to look on it. Captain Pembleton, always appreciate you coming in and joining us. Really appreciate your time. Appreciate everyone for tuning in and watching. As always keep it tuned to 1011, both on air and online, for all of your latest news, weather, and sports. Until next time, hope everyone has a nice Wednesday.